Hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Monday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business. So welcome. Jenny, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome. Hopefully you're still awake and you're not falling asleep on me. I'll make it a good one for you. Tonight I want to talk about habits. The past couple of nights I kind of been setting this up for tonight. So excuse me. So tonight I'm going to talk about habits. And I didn't know what habits really were, right? Until not so long ago. Hi, Alhamjun, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you. So I didn't even know like what habits were. You get up. I don't know if you're like this or not, but I am some kind of a. I got my routine. Right? Do you have yours? Like I have my routine. I have my habits that I do. Wake up in the morning, you get out of bed the same way you do every morning. Usually you maybe brush your teeth or go to the bathroom or take a shower. You kind of set the coffee or tea the same way, and you put the same shoe on from from the same side, if you would. These are habits that we do that we don't even think about. You set your plate a certain way, you eat a certain way, maybe you chew fast, you don't chew enough, or you keep your mouth open, or you have your habits, right? And it's important to kind of watch those, right? But what if I were to tell you that habits are not what you and I do? In fact, has very little to do with what we do, and habits are not what we do. What would you say then? When I thought about that, I'm like, that's kind of weird, because that's always been my habit, thinking about, well, what I do on a regular basis over and over again becomes a habit, right? Well, habits are not what you do. It turns out that habits are, I'll pause. If you haven't read this book, Atomic Habits by James Clear, this book is so money. I'm reading it for a second time, and this book is so good. I read it the first time a long time ago. In fact, I date my books when I read them. I read this book first time July 13, 2019. That's when I first read it. That's funny. But I'm reading it for a second time, and it's reminding me of things that I forgot, right? And now that I've gotten so much more involved in the space, so this is a good book to review. So it says that habits are not what you and I do. This is in chapter 2. James Clear. I love this guy. This guy is so money. It's like, he is the man. Like, this book is so good. Atomic Habits. I can't stress it enough. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. So he talks about it in there, and he says habits are not what you and I do. They are what you and I become. We become our habits. We put the shoe on the same way, on the same side first. We tie the shoelaces the same way. We drink our coffee the same way, make it the same way. When we get up in the morning, we got certain things that we do, and these become what? They become so regular and automatic that you don't even think about you're doing them. It's because it becomes who you are. So the goal is not really change what you do if you want to change a habit. It's change who you want to become. It's so good. It's so good, right? He says it's not about you changing what you do. It's not about you changing what you do. It's about you becoming that person. For example, it's not about you reading a book every night. It's about you becoming a reader. It's not about you not eating pizza one night. It's about you becoming a healthy eater. It's not about, you see what I mean? It's not about changing one habit. It's changing you to become the person you want to be. And that's the practice. That's the journey. That's the change. And he talks about that and he says, the whole thing is you deciding first who you want to become. Like, who do you want to be as a person? How do you want to show up in the world? How do you want to show up in front of other people? How do you want to show up in front of camera and off the camera? How do you want to show up for your friends and your foes and everybody else in between? How you do that, how you want to be that, how you want to do that is you deciding who you want to become, right? Who you want to be as, right? And once you decide that, then you work towards the things to do to become that person, right? And once you start doing the things to do that leads you to becoming the person you want to be, those become habits because they turn out to be part of you. They become you. You become the reader. You become the person who's always punctual and on time. You become the person who's authentic, not just one time, right? I did a live, for some reason I know the dates of this one. I think it was early August of last year. Yeah, I think it was early August. Early August of last year, I did a live about my 3 C's in a relationship, right? My 3 C's in a relationship. That's a whole other live. I'm not going to go through it here. I've already done a live on that. But one of the things was, let's say, I'll pick a random one. Let's say I asked the person to be considerate, right? Now, I went through explanation what I mean by that, but a considerate person is different than somebody who considers something specific in a specific situation. You see, it's not about just one time. It's about being that person all the time. And the same thing applies here when you're wanting to change. I got a few things I want to change. So going back to this book was a really good idea, and look what it says. It says tiny changes, remarkable results. How cool is that? That's money right there, Hey Pony, how are you? Welcome. Hopefully you circle back, watch the replay. I am about to wrap this up. So when it comes to changing your habits, it's not about changing the things that you do. It's determining who you want to become, who you want to be, and changing the activities that lead to that result. So hopefully with that, you guys get some love, some inspiration, some value from this. I appreciate you guys. Drop your thought. Hey, drop your thoughts, your comments. Let me know one habit that you feel like you really need to change. That one thing about who you are that you really want to change. I'll tell you one thing. One thing that, I feel like I probably shouldn't voice this out loud, but I will. One of the things that I like to work on is I want to wake up earlier. And that's something that I've struggled with for a long time. Like, so today I woke up at 5:30, right? And I wasn't functional for a while, but I slept really late. But that's one thing that I want to work on, and that's something that I really want to become. I want to be an early riser, not just because I have something planned early, but no, become an early riser that I rise early every morning. You know what I mean? So, what light? I shouldn't be nice. Change that light. What light? I don't understand. What light? So, with that, hopefully, you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value from this. I appreciate you guys. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your feedback below. Let this feed grow. And let me know one habit that you're going to aim to change. And, am I right? You can tell there's a light there? That's kind of interesting. You can? How can you tell? There's a whole story with that light yesterday. Um, it popped twice. Anyway, that's a whole other life. With that, if you feel like this is worthy of, I don't think you see it because it's not in my frame. That's crazy though. If you feel like this was worthy of sharing, do what you gotta do. Spread the love. Tag a couple people. Share it on your wall. You know the thing. Do that. And then with that, I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side gig. Signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.